Good evening, YouTube. This is Billy again, and welcome to my kitchen. Tonight we're going to do seafood au gratin, and this is not my recipe. This is actually inspired by Ina Garten. She's on the Food Network, and I really like her, and I saw this recipe, and I wanted to try it out for myself. So let's get started. We're going to start out with lobster tails. If you have larger ones, you probably would only need about 2, but these guys are pretty small, so we're going to use 4. You're going to need a pound of shrimp and about a pound of, you could use halibut. In her video, she did use halibut, but I did not have that available to me in my area, so I got some Chilean sea bass, which is very similar in, texture and hardiness. So we're going to start out by preparing our lobster tails. A very sharp knife. You have to have that. And you're just going to go right through the shell. You can stop. Okay, once you have your lobsters ready, you're just going to baste those with a little bit of butter. Okay, and then you're going to pop those in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, but you want to watch them. You don't want them to get, you just want them firm, and you don't want to overcook them. If you overcook these, they'll start to curl up on you. Okay, now while those are in the oven, we're gonna start our stock. You're gonna use seafood stock or fish stock. You want 2 cups, a pretty large pot. Two cups. And we're going to go ahead and get that hot. And you're going to want 2 cups of heavy cream. And then you're going to want 1/3 cup of tomato puree. Dump that in. Grab a whisk. You're going to go ahead and give that just a little stir. Okay, and while that's getting hot, we're gonna come over here and prepare our shrimp and sea bass. Okay. On the fish, you're going to go ahead and remove the skin. You're just going to cut that off. Okay, and you're gonna slice this in about 1-inch sections. Okay, now some of these larger pieces you could cut in half again. Set that aside. And now we're going to do our shrimp. And you're going to take these, really sharp knife, and you're going to slice these in half lengthwise so you still get the shape of your shrimp. You can stop. Alright, now we have our shrimp and our sea bass ready, and your stock has come to a boil. You're going to cook the fish. You're going to drop those right in. Okay, and that's going to cook for 3 minutes. Just make sure they're completely submerged and they're cooking for 3 minutes. It doesn't take very long at all. Okay, once your lobsters are done, you're just going to take those out of the oven, and then you're just going to, just carefully because they're really hot, put those on the cutting board. Okay. And then you're just going to slice those in about 1-inch sections. And we're just going to put, these are already cooked, so we're going to go ahead and put those in the bowl. Alright, and now come on over here and do this on the bowl. Alright, now your fish is done, so we're just going to take those up, and that's what you want. It's just really firm and okay. And now we're going to do the shrimp, and you're just going to do that the same way. Just get those in there. Okay, and then you're gonna just give that a little toss. Okay, and those are gonna cook for 3 minutes as well. Alright, and after 3 minutes, you're gonna take your shrimp up. Just put those in the bowl. Alright, we're just going to set that aside. And you're going to turn the heat up on this a little bit. And you're going to want to let that reduce by half. That's good. Alright, now we're going to work on thickening our sauce. And you're going to take 2 tablespoons of softened butter and 2 tablespoons of flour. And then you're just going to grab a fork and just kind of work that. Together. Okay, and then we're going to take that and we're going to drop that into the sauce, and that'll help thicken it. Our whisk to make sure it's really thin, no lumps, so make sure you work it in there. Okay, we're going to turn that down a little bit. Okay, now in another skillet, we're going to get about medium-high heat, 4 tablespoons of butter, and then we're going to come over here and get our vegetables ready. And we've got about 3 leeks that I've just cut the ends off of. And you just want the white part, and we're just gonna slice those up. Okay, and then you're just going to slice these really thinly. Stop. Okay, now that we've got the leeks done, we're going to take the carrots and we're just going to cut those in half. And then half again lengthwise. That just helps them cook a lot faster. Go like that. Okay, once your vegetables are done, all right, you're gonna go ahead and just drop your vegetables right in the skillet. All right. Just kind of give them a quick toss. And we're going to let those sit in there for about 5 minutes, just until they soften up a little bit. You can stop. You're going to check on your vegetables. Give them a quick toss, and then pour in a cup of white wine. Okay. And then we're going to let that go for about another 5 minutes. Okay. So now we're going to come back over here and we're going to work on our topping. That's going to go over that. This 2 cups of panko breadcrumbs, and let's see, 2/3 cups of Parmesan cheese. You're going to want 2 tablespoons of parsley. You can use fresh if you have it. Okay. And 2 tablespoons of tarragon. You're gonna do about a tablespoon of garlic. And then 6 tablespoons of melted butter. And you're just going to pour that right in. Alright, and then you're just going to work that around until it has the consistency of like wet sand. All right, you can stop. Okay, now that everything is getting done, you're just going to take your seafood and lay it out and just kind of make sure everything is kind of mixed pretty well. All right, just use your hands. Alright, you're going to take your vegetables and then you're just going to lay those right over the top. to take your sauce and you're just going to drizzle that all over the top. And you want to make sure that there's enough sauce left to come up around the edges. Okay, that's good. Okay, and now we're going to just take our topping, and you're just going to use your hands, and you're just going to sprinkle that all across the top. Okay, now we're going to take this and we're going to pop this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes. But you want to watch it. This is going to golden brown and it'll be done and ready to eat. That's it.